Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Unity of Love and Understanding Sunday gathering. As always, let's begin with a prayer. So let's just turn within and touch that secret, sacred space of the Most High that's deep within our very being. Let's simply know that God, or whatever we want to call it, that energy of love that's everywhere present is deep within our consciousness and our very control at this moment. It's in our control because we can give it, we can receive it, we can feel it when we want to. It's our choice. And in this moment, we choose to open our hearts to share that love, to be that love, to express that love in most beautiful and loving way. Through voice, through music, through sound, through everything that we have in our possession, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So we bless each other. We bless all those who see us either on the video or live in person. Just knowing that everything's unfolding for each of our lives, individually and collectively, in a very divine, specific order. So we just give thanks for that. We allow it to be. And so it is. Amen. Well, my brother Ed, you want to give us our congregational song?
As I share my open heart, my love I come to know. As I come to know my love, I allow my love to flow. As I allow my love to flow, the healing is revealed. As I learn to heal myself, so the world is healed.
Thank you, Brother Ed. So our reading today is from a book called Heart-Centered Metaphysics by Paul Hasselbeck. And the reading is this. Everything in the physical or relative realm begins first in thought and feeling. Therefore, all seeming stumbling blocks and obstacles that are in the physical realm are primarily in the mind. One must exercise the power of the mind, much like a body must be exercised. Today's talk is about learning to manifest. And to manifest means to make real in this form, in our physical and emotional lives. A lot of times we think of it as things. We want to manifest money. We want to manifest a job. We want to manifest a relationship. But it's not just that. We also want to be able to manifest joy, peace, love, experiencing all of those things in our life. And it's important that we understand that all of that's in our power. It's in your power, it's in my power. We are extremely creative beings because we've been granted that by Spirit God Almighty. That creativity is about what we think about, what we feel, what we believe, we then turn into our truth. So you can feel sad. You can feel anything that you want, but realize that inside of you, there are things that can make you happy. It depends on where you're focusing your attention. Manifesting is really about controlling the thought process that you have. You have to be first desirous of what you want. So you have to have a thought form in your mind of what it is that you would like in your life. You know, the universe cannot provide to you. God cannot provide to you what you are not willing to produce. You have to be focused and conscious about what it is you like, because your creative powers can also go astray. If you're focusing on what you don't want in your life, well, a negative is not understood by the universe and by God. It's whatever it is that you're focusing on. So I've counseled many, many people, literally thousands of people in my lifetime. And there's been all sorts of challenges that people see in their way to have the things that they want. They've come up with a whole sundry of reasons for it. And not that I diminish those reasons. I say that instead of focusing on the reasons why it's not happening, focus on what you really want. I've been told that, well, I don't have the right education for this job. I don't have the right societal background to be in this position or to be in this relationship. There's a deserving piece that you have to understand inside of you. You deserve whatever it is that your heart desires, as long as it's not going to hurt or harm another individual. If you desire it, it was placed inside of you for a reason. And that reason is to be fulfilled. It's not to disappear. That's why you have certain desires that other people do not. It's very specific to you. But you have to do the work. As the reading said, you have to focus your mind. You have to exercise your mind the same way as you would exercise your body. I work out every day. I want to keep my body healthy. I also meditate every day to keep my spirit in alignment. And I read every day, all sorts of different things so that I can learn something new every day. I want to keep all of that in balance. When things become out of balance, our focus shifts and becomes askew also. It's wherever we are focusing our attention, that's what we can produce. But there has to be some willingness inside of you. Some people feel that they're just not worthy of certain things. I'm not worthy of that good or that type of relationship. And even if it showed up in their life, it would fall apart for that reason, because they didn't feel they were worthy. There are many people going through emotional challenges, but you have to be willing to let them go in order to replace whatever it is that you're feeling with a feeling of joy, with a feeling of peace, with a feeling of love. You are the only person who can do that. No one can do that for you. It's your mind, it's your thoughts, it's your words, it's your actions. All of that put together brings you into alignment with what it is you desire. So in reality, the things that we consider stumbling blocks, Well, they really aren't. They're only in our mind because it's what we believe. Jesus said, "It's done unto you as you believe." Whatever it is that you believe, whatever it is that you embrace, you will absolutely bring forth. There is no good, bad, or indifferent in the universe. It only knows itself. It doesn't know anything else. It knows whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. What is your focus? Where is your focus? What are you focusing on? That's what you want. Even if it's what you don't want, that's what you're telling God and the universe that you do want. So you have to be clear. This takes work. This is the mental exercise to be able to clear out all the things that you don't want. And one of the ways that you do that is to start thinking about what it is that makes you happy, the things that you're grateful for. I just saw this morning on TV on Fareed Zakarian, a woman who is helping people through this depression that people are having during COVID. And one of her suggestions was exactly this. Instead of focusing on the lack of having people around you and all the things that you were doing, think about all the good things that are here. You're not sick. You have a place to live. You have family. Even if you can't see them, I have family. I have friends. If you're longing for something, then pick up the phone and call them. Get on Zoom. Contact them, see them directly, even if you can't see them physically. There are things that you can do that will make you feel better. And your feeling is the guidance of what you're going to receive. When you're feeling upset, when you're feeling angry, those are the things that you're going to receive back. Whatever you put out, it's like a mirror. You see it, you'll receive it. Another big thing that people do is they get upset with people. They're angry at them. They're unforgiving of them. They did this to me. How dare they do this? Well, you have to get over it. No one does anything to you that you don't allow them to do. You've given them permission one way or another. And the reality is that you have in your control the ability to say, no more. Everyone leads their own life. Even if it's not the way you expected them to lead it, even if it's not what you would want them to do, it is their life, not yours. And even if it's a crazy thing that's occurred with them, that's made you really upset, let it go. Because your unforgiveness is not hurting them. I got a call yesterday from a dear friend of mine who said, please take off your minister hat. I need you to be you, to be another one of my buddies. I want you to hear me. I said, what is it? He said, how would you feel if somebody that you've known for a long time, you come to realize that all they've ever done was use you? They don't care about you. They cared about themselves, their wife, their children. They don't care about you at all. And all the things that you did, they were just using you. I said, well, I'm sure that over the course of a long period of time, you've probably got a hint about this before. So, well, I said, well, and you let it continue. Well, I thought that If I was going to give, they were going to be giving in return. But I said, well, number one is you don't give because you expect something in return. That's number one. And number two, you can't expect anything from anyone. You have to stop and think about everyone is running their own life. They have their own issues and challenges, as you and I do. As I talk to them, I said, we all have our own challenges. You can't expect something from someone, but you have a choice. Now you fully understand. Instead of you being upset with them, you're not hurting them by being upset. You're hurting you because you're upset. Why are you calling me right now? Because you're upset. Why are you giving them the power to make you upset? And he stopped and said, you know, you're right. Why am I allowing them to make me upset? I said, that's a good question. He said, you know, thank you. I'm glad you didn't put your ministers out on. I didn't want to tell him that's the same thing I would have done in a regular counseling session. But he heard it. He understood it. You have to forgive people. You have to let things go. No one is doing anything to you that you're not allowing them to do. Because when you are upset with someone, you're angry with someone, you're unforgiving with them, whatever it is that you want in your life, you've set up a wall between yourself and it with that unforgiveness, with that anger, with that upsetness. Let it go. You're only hurting you. But again, you know, there's benefits of everything that we do, even if it's negativity. When you're ready to let it go, when you're willing to release it, only then will it go away. See, in the eyes of God, there are no barriers to your desires being fulfilled. None whatsoever. Our job is to see through the eyes of God. It's to see it as God sees it. And that means letting go of all that other stuff. So, we're grateful. We're forgiving. So how do we manifest that? How do we have what we want? How do we acquire that? You know, in spiritual terms, we call it a demonstration. How do we demonstrate it? How do we make it materialize in our life? Well, there's a couple of very simple steps. First thing, whatever it is that you want, see it in your mind. Visualize it. What is it that you want? How is it that it's supposed to look? If you had exactly what it was, what would it look like? Now, embrace it as if you've already received it. Accept it. You've been told that the kingdom of God is yours. Whatever it is that you need and desire, you've already been told. It's yours as long as you accept it. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door will be open. All you have to do is see it and accept it. And the great mystic Neville would say, now start to feel as if you already have it. How would you feel? Because feelings are a very important factor in receiving something. When you feel happy, when you feel good about something, then what you're doing is you're sending out these vibrations into the universe that are going to return to you. You have to see it and start to act as if it's already occurred. Feel those feelings. You'd be happy, you'd be joyful, you just be radiant. Walk around with that smile on your face. People say, why is he always smiling? Because he knows something or she knows something that you don't know. I've already accepted my good. Now just let it go. Let it go. Let it go in a state of wonder. How is this magnificent God that I know, that lives deep within inside of me, how is this magnificent God going to bring forth this incredible miracle? How is it going to show up in my life? Have a sense of wonder about it rather than a sense of trepidation. Feel it as if it's already there and walk around in wonder. Like, I don't know when, I don't know how, but God does. And in that same time, have that thank you in your heart. Thank you. I'm thanking you, God, because even if I don't see it already, I absolutely know that what I desire is already on its way to me. I know it. It's as simple as that. You were made in the image and likeness of God. That doesn't mean that you're a picture of God. That means that you were made with the ability to create, just as God creates. From the earth, the heavens, the earth, the universe, you have the same ability to create in your universe. It's all your power. Use it. Let go of the negativity. Let go of the unforgiveness. Let go of the disbelief. Let go of the unworthiness. Let go of anything that is unlike what you want. And then embrace what you want and make it realer than the chair you're sitting on. In your mind, it's already done. And I guarantee you that it will show up. It may not show up today, it may not show up tomorrow, but I guarantee you it will show up. So let's get still for a moment. So let's take this moment to just turn within, to touch that space that knows that it knows that it knows that I am presence. Just like Lynn sang about last week, Yahweh, I am that I am. And you are. You are that same essence. You are the essence of spirit coalesced into a human body. Know that the power of God is deep within you. Use it wisely. Use it to create, to bring forth the things that you desire. Let go of the negativity and embrace your heart's desire. As my brother John Pearson would say, your heart's desire is God's highest idea for you. And it's true. All you have to do is embrace it, see it, feel it. Know that it's as real as the chair you're sitting on. It has to manifest. That's the law. It has to. So we follow the steps. We do what's appointed for us to do. And then we let it go. And we let God do its work. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. And so it is. And so I allow it to be, now and forever. Amen. Amen. My brother Ed, I know you got a song for us.
Well, thank you, Rev, for that talk. That was, I don't know about anyone else, but that was just what I needed to hear today. There's so much in that. I remember when I listened that manifestation isn't just something we do when we sit down to meditate or do our affirmations or write in our journals. Manifestation is something we're doing all the time. So what the Rev is talking about is that we need to be conscious of what we're putting out there, and conscious of what we're bringing back, and conscious of what we're circulating, and conscious of what we're receiving. And I guess there's some stages to manifestation. I heard that in the talk as well. Sometimes before we start creating something new, we have to take stock of what we've gathered that we don't really need and don't really want. Sometimes we have to let go of something before we can allow something new to come in. So we get our vision, we put our heart's desire out there, and it becomes a compass as we move towards God's highest idea for us. And we hold the vision, follow that compass, hold that vision, walk that path towards our dreams. And we try to remember now, we hold the vision, but not too tight. We can become very specific about what it feels like, what it looks like. And we take that in as if it's already done. And we're grateful for it. And we allow it to be. And we allow it to be as God sees it. The highest vision of our dreams, of our heart's desire. When we hold our vision firmly but loosely, then we can handle all the twists and turns on the road ahead as we move our way towards it. And more each day, I hear people say, we've got to save this world 'cause it's starting to fall. Well, that might be, but still it seems there's so many things in this old world that ain't worth saving at all. Like mankind's inhumanity, fear-based ideologies, war, greed, inequality, discrimination and bigotry. And we're defended by our prejudice, divided by our fear. Tell me, who do you trust when there's only us? And where do we go from here? So I'm waiting on the new world, knowing that there must be more than this. Waiting on the promise promise of a brand new world. Waiting on the new world. Waiting for the world to live as one. Waiting for the vision to come to fruition. I'm waiting on the new world. Out there in that open field where visions wait to be revealed, and all our dreams are running wild and free. You can watch the new world being born, the formless turning into form. You can see the dream become reality, yeah. And we're imagining this dream we're in is happening right now. And the impossible is possible. It's possible somehow. So we're bringing in the new world, knowing that it all begins like this, starting with a promise of a brand new world. Bringing in the new world, where the world can live as one. We're watching the vision come to fruition. We're bringing in the new world. Bringing in the new world. We're bringing in the new world. Bringing in the new world. We're bringing in the new world. Starting right here, right now. We're bringing in the new love. We're bringing in the new joy. We're bringing in the new peace. We're bringing in the new way. Bringing in the new love, bringing in the new peace, bringing in the new joy, we're bringing in the new day, we're bringing in the new world, bringing in the new world, where love and unity can set us free in the new world. World, bringing in the new world. The dream we believe in will be received in the new world. Bringing in the new world, bringing in the new world. Dream we believe in will be received in the new world. Bringing in the new world, bringing in the new world. We're watching the vision come to fruition. We're bringing in the new world.
Thank you, Brother Ed. This is our conscious sharing time, and I'm going to put the information for our donations up on the screen. You can send a donation securely over the internet. Go to our website at unityofloveingyou.org, or you can mail a check to our offices in Marina Del Rey. So just let's just know that whatever you send, whatever you give, it's a gift of love, and it's supporting all of us now. So just hold your hands to your heart for a moment, and just know that everything that you do, you give from this place of love. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's just a consciousness. It's the consciousness of love that you're sharing. So it's from there that we bless each and every individual. We bless all those that we touch, whether it's directly or on video, and just know that everything's unfolding in each of our lives and collectively in a divine, perfect order, now and forever. Amen. Amen. I'm going to put up the prayer protection, and we'll say that together. So there it is. Let's say it together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen. Thank you. So, let me stop the share. Let's close out with a prayer, and then we'll go into I'll stop the recording and we'll go into our sharing time, which for those who are seeing this on video, that's really the most fruitful time that we have, because we get an opportunity to share about the topic ourselves and we learn from each other. So if you have the opportunity and you're watching this on video, join us any Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Go to our website, unityofloveingyou.org. It was on the screen before. And there's a link that brings you right into the Zoom room. And please join us. We'd love to have you here. So again, let's turn within. Let's know that in this moment, we trust God. Not just a little bit, but with our whole heart and soul. And that trust allows us to let go of all negativity, any unforgiveness, any issue or challenge that we may seem to have with anyone, including ourselves. And we accept the heart's desire that's within us, whatever it may be, whether it's financial, it's relational, it's job-wise, or if it's emotional, to feel and sense peace and joy in our heart. Whatever it may be, we accept it right now. And by accepting it, we're trusting that Spirit is bringing it to us. We release, we let go, and we absolutely let God. Thank you, Father. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all. I'm going to stop the recording, and then we can start our wonderful session together.